You think we're gonna beat all these games?
Nope.
Backlog boys.
No, probably not. Hi ho.
Hey,
Welcome.
the boys plus one have
to you
returned.
Kyle on the
We're
far
playing
left.
Mario on the far left.
Yep.
The far left of the mix.
Yeah, well, he was usually to my right. I was always on the left.
Oh, okay.
I
You're
had a
not
different
used to this
position.
setup.
We're mirrored.
We're in the new space.
Oh, now there's nobody here.
Vaughn almost died at the beginning of this episode.
So this
or
is
shortly-
probably the most Vaughn thing that's ever happened.
It was like
It's
it was like Coke-pocalypse, but it happened inside your head.
yes. Frequently, I find myself in positions where something has happened to me, and people are like around me have like realized that something has happened to me. They all look over their shoulders like with concern, like what
We need
what
to buy
do you got
something.
going on here?
I didn't see the beginning of it. That's why I was so perplexed.
We just ate some Popeyes during our little break. I stand up.
Shout outs to
I had like a larger than average gulp of water left in my cup.
Okay.
So I go to just down it because I'm like, I want all of this. I'll just make
Okay.
it quick. But we had just eaten, and my body apparently doesn't know when to draw the line between food and drink. So I take a big gulp, the whole
But those
gulp.
go down the same hole, Vaughn.
Yeah, but like sometimes it just shoots it back up. Or like, okay, breathing.
Okay, there you go.
Breathing and consumption of other things.
Uh-huh.
And I take the big gulp as I'm standing up, and it's evident within like the first second or like the first
moment.
Yeah, the first moment of drinking it, that it's like
I should buy
all
one.
gonna go down the wrong way. And so I don't have time to stop the gulp of like all of it, so it's all in my mouth.
Okay.
And so I realize I like kind of like cough once with my mouth closed, with full of water, like cheeks puffed out. And I'm like, okay, can I make it to the sink? The sink is all the way in the kitchen. And Austin and Kyle are between me and the sink. But I can't say anything. Okay. So I try to like get ready to just run, but I like cough one more time, and it's like such a forceful cough and like involuntary that I like sputter once, and then it all just like explodes out of my mouth. And there's just water pooling down my chin.
Oh, God.
And dripping onto the floor.
It was horrible.
Austin and
pretty
Kyle
rough.
turn around, and I'm just like, I just have water.
You had the-
inexplicably dripping down my face.
over.
You
And
had the face of someone who had like just thrown up.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a flower jar. Use that.
Oh yeah, I guess before the fight, that's a good idea.
But yeah, apparently. And then we were watching a funny video,
Yeah.
and Kyle and I were commenting on it. And so for a second, it was like, did Vaughn just do this because he was like laughing?
Yeah.
And like we weren't paying
No.
attention to him drinking something? But no, it was just
all
Vaughn
self-inflicted.
trying to breathe water and failing.
Well, you know what? Evolution starts a little bit at a time, Austin.
Yeah. Yeah, slowly but surely.
Yep.
Time for a tough boss fight.
Oh no,
see
Wesley Snipes is too late. Blade.
Wow.
Oh god.
Wow.
R.I.P. Wesley Snipes.
Okay,
I guess-
Kyle, were you
Is he
insinuating
dead?
that?
No, he's not dead. He's just in jail forever.
Oh.
For tax fraud.
Were you
He's dead to the industry.
Yeah.
Were you saying that evolution will kill me off because I'm less
No,
competent?
but
No, he was saying you were slowly making progress toward a more evolved
it
species.
is.
I see.
You are.
By choking on your water and learning that you can't breathe it. You can pass that knowledge on
Jesus
to your kin.
I will share that as far as people will listen.
Yeah.
See, and so the cool thing about the shark is, I don't know if you were watching, Vaughn, but they were gonna steal the star from me, but the shark popped up and said, I gave him that star,
Oh,
so he's fighting for us.
So he. Oh,
that's
interesting.
cool.
But now we're...
What was the shark guy's name? I totally forgot
Johnny.
already. Johnny.
Yep.
Good old
Oh,
Johnny.
yep.
Now we
Okay.
can fight this thing.
Yeah, this guy is horrible.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this
And you're
fight.
just somewhere random. Yeah, I remember in the speedrun specifically, they definitely did the super jump against this guy.
Alright,
Because they
well.
just wanted him gone. I watched a video to try to help myself understand how this works, and I can't wait to try it. Because this is a new session, people.
Dang it. His attack and defense are so high, and he uses this every 3 turns. Mm-hmm. And he also makes a mirage of
Whoa.
himself.
That was so much damage.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Okay. You need this to hit.
Yeah, see,
That's
that does
good.
good amount of damage.
That's what he's weak against.
Do we know how much health he has?
Yeah, he's got, he has 1500 HP.
Okay.
So we need 15 shockers.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, about 10 shockers and some change. Oh, geez. This is going to take a while. Well, I have a story.
Yeah, you do.
I have a
do.
legendary tale
I think Kyle and I both know this pieces.
to tell.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
know
put
a
it all
little
together
bit.
here.
Normally when I tell a story that outs a particular person or party, I try to withhold their name, but...
Oh, God.
Wow, party wipe!
Wow.
Party wipe!
I was
Dead,
not
dead,
prepared
dead.
for that. Okay, well. Guess we, first time.
Now we know what we're getting into.
Yep.
So yeah, usually if I'm telling a story about a person or a party, I'll give them the benefit of withholding their name. But that's not going to happen today.
I justified from what I know.
Because this company
I would want everyone else to know as well.
company fucked me. So I'm just going to be that jerk who outs them on the internet. I just moved to a new home. We're in the new boys space here.
Boys HQ.
It's lovely. But what's not lovely is when a moving company screws you over. Company called Pods. Their business model is really great. You have them bring you a storage container.
Theoretically, it's wonderful.
Instead of you having to bring your stuff to a storage container, they bring the storage container to you, and then you put all your stuff in the storage container. And then when the storage container's full, they pick it up and they take it to your new house, and you unload it. And then when it's all empty, they come and they pick it up and they take it away. Genius business model.
Yes.
Great.
Completely.
So convenient, and when you price it out, it's like the same price as if you were to drive stuff back and forth to a storage unit yourself. So it's like a no-brainer.
Including like gas and then the time you waste going back.
Even not even factoring in gas. Just renting the truck once to take it, the storage unit for a month,
yeah.
and renting the truck again to take it out is the same price before gas or anything as getting one of these containers for the whole thing. The whole thing. And you like pay in installments, so you don't even have to pay it all at once. So we were like, great, this will be fantastic. So
Is that empty?
yes, that's it.
Okay.
So we call or not call. I go online
Dude, one
to
miss.
I go online to schedule the
He uses
pod.
that every 3 turns?
He uses that every 3 turns. We don't have any pick-me-ups. That's what I should have bought.
Oh god, yeah, you're gonna have to just party wipe again. So we set this thing up. I set this thing up. It shows up. We load all of our stuff into it. And when you go on the website for this place, they give you like this little checklist, right? That says, all these things that you should do and all the things that you should know so that you can get great service. And one of the things is when your container's full, call us so you can schedule to move it. And that's all it says. It just says call us when you're ready. So the container's full, and we clean the house. Everything's done. Everything's looking great. Roommates all move out. Holy smokes, dude!
Yeah.
We go to
rough fight.
my girlfriend's parents' house to stay with them for a couple of days in between, and wake up in the morning and I call call the people to say, hey, everything's full. You guys should move it. In a couple of days here. On what's the day that we can move into a new place? So I call them, and they basically just laughed in my face. And they're like, you can't schedule that for that day. You've got to schedule it for this day that's like 17 days from now.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, well, that's not going to work. I get my keys to my new place on the 1st of the month, and it needs to be moved on that day. And they're like, well, we require like a 7-day advance notice,
Which you were well over.
And I was like, okay, well, my initial email said 3 days,
Yeah.
and I'm giving you 3 days notice, and you're giving me a day that's 17 days away.
There we go. There's some pick-me-ups.
So please help me with the math there. And then eventually, I'm on the phone with this lady who has zero compassion whatsoever
For sure.
for my situation. And I'm like, well, what do you expect me to do? Like, I literally don't have a place to live. Like, I'm going to get my keys to my new place, and then I have nothing to put in it. Like, what help can your company provide me? What resources do you have for customers in this situation? And the answers to all those questions was just, this is what we can do. You know,
Which is move it.
which is
way in the future.
give you the date that we told you originally.
Ugh.
This is what we're gonna do. So then we get our keys to the new place, and we can't move in. So we're in this brand new place, sleeping on air mattresses, lovingly provided by my girlfriend's parents, and we have none of our stuff, and it's all sitting in this container in our old driveway. And now new people have moved into the old house.
Nice.
And they can't
that was
use their
cool.
driveway.
Kyle, that was cool.
Yeah.
That hop up the stairs.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
The
Just
tech.
gotta. Yeah.
The tech.
So he can get to his death quicker.
Speed rate. Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm gonna keep trying this. I need to figure out how to do the Geno whirl properly, because the Geno whirl will end this in one attack.
Yeah, but it's really hard to do, isn't it?
It's incredibly
It's like nearly
hard.
impossible.
It's not nearly impossible. You just have to be good at timing.
Is it frame perfect? Oh man. But yeah, this is where the story starts to get really bad, okay? So scheduling conflicts, whatever. But now we're talking about a third party coming into the situation, and money's getting involved. Because this container is sitting in a driveway at my old house that I no longer live in.
Where new people are.
New people are moving into this house, and they can't use their driveway or their garage.
Yeah.
And the county where that house is, it is illegal to park in the street overnight.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it's not like, oh, well, they can just park in the street. So the landlord wants to charge back rent to us of
Like-
a daily fee for having the container sit there until it moves. And then they go so far as to say, when we ask for forgiveness because we were such good tenants and this isn't our fault,
Yeah.
they say, well, we're actually not going to decide anything until the container moves. And the amount that you will pay will depend on how much the new tenants complain.
Ugh.
So,
Wow.
so they just put us at the mercy of these new people,
Sure.
who we know nothing about.
Because they don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, obviously they want it gone, but we don't
Yeah.
know if they're like vindictive people or if they're passive people. We have no idea. So then I'm like eternally in the doghouse because I feel like I screwed up, even though it really wasn't my fault.
Yeah, that's fair. It
And,
wasn't.
and then every single day, I have to call into this company to ask if like a cancellation has happened because they've so generously put me on a waiting list. And of course, no one's canceling
Sure.
because
Okay.
you know the scheduling is so far in advance. And then finally after like 10 days of calling every day to ask if there was a cancellation, somebody sends me an article that says that this exact same location of the company has done this to like a handful of people
Really?
all at the same
Ugh.
time. So it wasn't just like a freak incident.
Yeah.
And there was another couple that was moving from Minneapolis to Oregon. They were moving to Portland.
Man.
And the same thing happened to them.
Wow.
But instead of their stuff being across town at an old house, it was across the country at an
Yeah.
old house.
That's brutal.
And then the article also went on to say that these people were compensated. So then there was a silver lining.
Yeah,
Because
all right.
previously, every time I talked to somebody, I would ask, is there anyone else I can talk to? Is there some kind of like manager or supervisor that I can talk to?
They just
Can
say no,
transfer
no,
me to
no.
the corporate office?
Yeah.
And they would just dodge it.
Oh!
Did you get it?
Oh my god! Oh, it was the
But it was the wrong one!
No!
Oh my god, dude. How did you get it? What did you do?
It's right when the whirl gets to the edge of the screen.
So way after it passes him.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, get it again.
Oh my god.
That was-
Gino's. Oh, Mario's
Mario.
toast.
That was epic. That was epic.
I got excited for a second.
Yeah, me too. I remember like, oh my god. I'm looking forward to skipping this fight.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on.
Nope. You'll
Oh.
see it flashes.
The screen flashes?
Yeah.
Okay.
God, that was so good though.
That
Dude,
was.
that's killer. Oh, man. So I can't get through to anybody, right? No higher person will talk to me. They won't transfer me to like a supervisor or manager or anything. They won't do it. So I don't know what to do. I don't know how to like escalate my
Yeah.
issue.
Yep.
Because they're like walling me off.
Yeah.
They're trying to get me off the phone and appease me
Sure.
by just, saying sorry or whatever. But that's not good enough. And then finally finally one day I call in to ask for the cancellation, and when the person finishes up with me, I say, "Is there anyone that you could transfer me to?" And for some reason, this lady was just
Sure.
This lady was just like, "Oh, you want to talk to a supervisor? Okay," and just puts me right on hold. And I'm like, "Finally, thank you."
Wow.
So I talk to this guy for like an hour. I tell him the whole story of what's happened, and he's like speechless. He's like, "Wow, man, that is horrible. I am so sorry."
Yeah.
And then he like takes all this information down. He asks me all these questions. We do the super long questionnaire.
Oh, I can't do the Gino roll.
He gives me the name of a person, a specific name of a person who like is going to become responsible for my situation, and tells me that that person is going to contact me within 48 hours, and that if I don't hear anything from them in that amount of time, that I should call back and ask for them.
Okay.
I just want to keep doing damage.
So finally, I'm feeling a silver lining, and that something is going to be great. 48 hours goes by, no email, no call.
Oh no.
So, okay, now I call back in. I talk to the representative, I say, "Here's my incident number, and here's the person that I'm supposed to talk to." And they say, "Okay," and they put me on hold for like 10 minutes. And then after they come back from the hold,
man.
they just say that the person that I'm supposed to talk to isn't there, and then he proceeds to go through the exact same questionnaire
No.
as the first person. So he's asking, I'm like retelling this story
Whoa.
to a second guy. How much damage was that?
134.
God.
All right. Let's try it on this one. Which one should I try it on?
Try it on the top one because he's the one that attacked you.
They both attacked me though.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did?
I wish. Hang on.
Go with the bottom.
Keep telling your story. I'm gonna read if there's a way to tell them apart.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So here I am on the phone telling my story to a different person back at square one. And then he puts me on hold again after telling him the entire story again. And then he comes back from holding just to tell me,
Oh,
"Got it!"
please be it.
No! Fuck, man.
How is that possible?
Is it possible that maybe it doesn't work when it's the split one?
I have no
And
idea.
it has to be when he's back to normal?
I have no idea.
God, that's so unlucky.
Ugh. Still, I'm glad that this has been recorded twice now.
Yes. In the same fight.
Yeah.
Okay, this one.
And it doesn't
One
matter
down.
if only one person's alive because everybody still gets the experience.
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep as many people alive as I can.
Nice. You got a free pick-me-up. So he comes back from holding just to tell me, "Yeah, you're going to have to call back later." So I'm super frustrated, hang up with that guy. I don't hear anything the next day.
Let's see, his magic
Oh,
defense
and the other thing I
is
forgot.
actually lower.
Because the first guy told me 48 hours, right?
Yep.
Then the second person I called after 48 hours said, "Oh, well, actually, it's 3 to 5 days that they're going to contact you, and today is day 3." So I said, "Okay."
What?
So I waited until day 5.
48 more hours.
Yep. Nobody called me on day 5. Big surprise.
Yeah.
And
for
then
sure.
and then I called back in the next day and asked for the person, and they said, "Okay, I'll transfer you to their extension." And they transferred me to the person's extension, and it was just a voicemail. So I just left a message, an angry message, and then nothing. And then finally one day while I'm at work, I get a random call from a Florida number, which
I'm out of pick-me-ups.
oh shit, dude. Which I know for a fact to be the place where the company is based out of. Ah, damn it, he's doing Mirage again.
All right. Well, I guess let's just.
Well, try one more Geno roll.
Yeah.
Nice block.
Try on the bottom one again. It's got to be that one eventually.
Oh man. Yes.
Please?
No.
Or when it's two of them, does it just kill one of them?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
They
Yeah.
both act as him.
That's what I'm thinking.
Man, that sucks though.
So we've got to get it on the...
you gotta get it on this
On
guy.
this guy.
Well,
Yeah.
knowing that you can get it this consistently though, like we could just redo the fight and
Yeah.
Yeah.
keep trying for it. Let's see, where was I?
Just trying to keep him alive.
So finally, I just
his
get
FP
You get a
is
call
gone.
from Florida.
Oh, that's really good. So yes, I finally get a call from Florida. I'm at work. I answer the call, and the guy says, oh, by the way, at this point, the container has already come.
Okay.
They've stalled me for so long that the container date actually finally came.
That's
They
amazing.
dropped it off at my house, and they, we unloaded everything the first night got everything inside the house. It was a huge mess. Spent the next couple days kind of putting it together.
Can he not attack anymore?
He might not be able to attack anymore. You might just be able to whittle him down.
Ugh. Well, whatever. You guys got to see 3 perfect Geno worlds.
Yeah, dude.
3. Oh, okay. Now he's doing.
But now he's going to be able to stab you because that doesn't cost FP.
Yeah.
And that's huge damage if you don't block it.
So his clone will have lower defense.
Oh, that's how you can tell?
Yeah.
Also, you're doing more damage to the clone.
So that's the clone.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. We need to use that
So maybe
method to know.
Okay.
So the
Yeah,
top
but
one,
I still don't have enough.
you don't have enough to use Geno World. God
I think I
damn.
have. I have a Caro Cola.
No, save it. Because
Yeah.
if we have to refight this guy, we know we can beat him easier.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Well, this is the real one.
Yeah. So we get the call from the guy, and he says he's responsible for all of the cases based out of this similar location. And that he's responsible for taking care of all those people.
Okay.
And so basically I have to grill him and find out, are you going to pay
Ugh.
are you going to pay all this stuff that we got charged by our old landlord? And eventually I get him to say, yeah, but we have to present it to him a certain way to prove it in the eyes of the company or whatever
Sure.
before they compensate us. So, and then the empty container was taken away. So that's all done. And I still, it's still not over yet because I still have to resolve it with that guy.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
'Cause that
yeah.
that part isn't done yet.
Yeah.
But now I need to tell the most epic part of the story, which I left out, and that is the story of the day that the container left the old house and came to the new house. So, allow me to.
Sounds like a pretty simple task that you are used to doing.
Yes. So just
Okay.
imagine how easy it should be for the container to just be picked up and moved from one
Yeah,
house
that's
to
their primary
another.
job.
It's
Yeah.
what they. It's
literally-
half of what they do.
Literally the basis of the business. All right, so let me retell for you the amazing journey that I went on. And I will try as much as possible to give timestamps so that you can know how close together all these different things are. Okay, so the date was June 14th, 2017.
The empty one was taken away from here.
No, this is the day that the full container
Was
is
moved
supposed to
to here.
finally be taken from the old house
Gotcha.
to our new house. So this is a glorious day for man.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay? Because we still haven't resolved any of the situation, but at least we're getting our shit. So this is an exciting day. Okay? So what the company does is the night before they deliver, they give you an automated call saying it's estimated between 11 and 2 p.m. the next day. So I got that call, so I knew it was coming. And then you also get a call from the driver when he is on his way to pick up the container. Okay?
Okay.
So I get a call.
Dead.
Man.
I get a call from the driver
Brutal.
at about 11 in the morning. And this guy has a Brooklyn accent.
Oh yes.
He
of
says,
course.
"Hey, how you doing, man? My name's Terry. I'm gonna be picking up your container. Headed towards the location right now. Are you gonna be there?" And I say, "No, actually, that's my old house. I don't live there anymore. It's a whole thing. I'm at the new house." He's like, "All right. I'll see you in a little bit then. I'll call you again when I pick it up." Okay. So I'm like, "Great. This guy's giving me good service.
Terry.
Wonderful." Yeah, Terry. Let me tell you right
From
now.
Brooklyn.
Let me tell you right now. Terry from Brooklyn is the man.
He's a good. Okay. He's the hero.
He is a hero.
All right.
This man is a hero.
Yay.
So he calls me again, and that chair is noisy.
I know.
We got Kyle in a new chair, and it's a little noisy. That's all right.
Kyle, you can't move.
I'm trying not
just
to.
sit-
The old
Just
chairs
sit
were noisy
still.
too. I'll have to hit it with some WD-40 later. So I have to leave for work on this day. So I leave, and I'm about 10 minutes into my drive to work. I'm about halfway there, and I get another call from Terry, and he says, "Hey, so I'm at the house here with
One damage.
with the container, and there's a black Kia Soul part behind it. I can't pick it up. I can't move the container with
It's in
that
the
car
driveway.
there."
Container.
So some idiot at my old house, one of these people who is waiting for this thing to move,
Sure.
has decided to park their car behind it.
Oh no.
Their car is parked behind the container, and therefore there's no way for him to move it without moving the car. And then he proceeds to say, I knocked on the door, I rang the doorbell,
Oh my God.
I walk around the house, no answer, so I don't know what to do. And I'm freaking out, right? Because I told the landlord the specific day.
Yeah.
So the landlord knows that this is the day that the
And has
container
hopefully
is supposed to
passed
pick
it
up.
on.
Yeah, so you would think he would let them know, and this poor guy is trying to park in the driveway so that he doesn't get a ticket, and there's not even enough driveway behind this thing for him to fit in the driveway. So he would have been parked sideways in the driveway in order to fit in the space that was there, because long ways he would have been sticking out into the street. So he's not only blocking this thing from moving, but he's also
parked as if he's on the street, but in front of the driveway.
the driveway.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's also parked in the driveway in a way that is not allowed. So I'm losing my shit. But by this point, I have pulled over on the side of the road on my drive to work because I can't focus on the drive.
Yep.
You're just seeing red at this point?
Yes, and I'm trying to figure out if I need to race over to my old house and say screw it to my work shift to try to move this car with my bare hands. And so I'm pleading to this man Terry, and I say, you don't understand what I've been through, man. What can I do? Is there anything we can do? Please help me.
Yeah.
I was pleading to this guy.
Help me help you. What can I do?
Yes,
Yeah.
and this man, he said, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to my truck. I'm gonna call my manager. I'll see what he says, and then I'll call you back. And I say, okay, thank you. So as soon as I hang up with Terry, I call the property manager, and I say, listen to me right now. There is a man trying to move that container out of the driveway, and there is someone's car parked behind it. So you need to call everyone that lives in that house right now and move that car, or it's going to be there until August.
Yeah.
Because if they would have had to reschedule me, it would have been a month and a half in advance. So everyone loses in that situation.
Yeah, for sure.
They can't use their driveway. They charge me more back rent. I don't get my stuff. No one wins.
Yep.
It's bad for everyone. So I tell him that, and he's like, oh, okay. And I just hang up on him.
As you should.
Yeah. And just about then, Terry calls me back.
Okay.
And he says, all right, so here's what we're going to do. I talked to my manager, and this is what we're willing to do for you.
Not good at this.
I got to get gas for the truck, and then for the machine, 2 different kinds of gas. I'll go around the corner. I'll take my time. And then when I'm done,
Dude, yay, Terry.
I'm going to drive back by the house. I'll do a courtesy drive-by for you. And if the car is moved, I'll pick up the pot. But if it's not moved,
The accent is on point.
then
I know, your Brooklyn accent's amazing.
then there's nothing I can do. So that's what he says to me. He says, so you got about 10 minutes or so. You do whatever you got to do, and hopefully you can get the car moved. So, and it sounds like he has very little faith that anything is going to happen.
Sure, which makes sense.
But still, he's giving me the courtesy of that.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, thank you.
He's doing everything he can do.
He's
pushing
literally
his limits.
That's about it. Yeah, he could have just said fuck it and drove away, not even called me.
Yeah.
So he goes to do that. I hang up with him. I call the landlord back, and I say, what good news do you have for me?
Yeah.
What can you tell me? And he says, okay, so I got a hold of one guy, and he's at work, but he says he knows whose car it is, and that guy should be home.
Okay.
And I said, okay, well, you need to call that guy nonstop for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna do a drive-by, and I told him what the driver told me. And he was like, okay. So
got this, Kyle.
I
You got
hang
this.
up on the property manager, and at this point I have reached the parking lot of my workplace.
Yeah, so you're
All,
feeling
all this
better.
is all this is passed in 10 minutes.
Sure.
While I'm
Jesus.
driving to work. So I've arrived at my place of work. There's about 10 minutes until my shift starts, and I'm about 25 minutes from the old house. So there's no way I can intercede into the situation. I'm just at the mercy of the other parties. So I'm sitting in my car in the parking lot at work, just staring out into the sky, just pleading to the universe that this guy will take off his headphones and quit jerking off, or wake up, or something, so that he can go move his fucking car, so I can get my stuff that I've been without for 2.5 weeks.
Yep.
So I'm just staring off into the sky, waiting for my phone to ring to find out my fate. And finally, after about 10 minutes, my phone rings and it's Terry again. And I just pick it up and I say hello. And he says, "You know how lucky you are?" He said, "I don't know what you did, but you did it. I drove back by and the car wasn't there, so I picked it up. I got the pot. I'm on my way."
Oh my god.
And I was like, hallelujah.
Fucking Terry.
Yeah.
What a guy.
And I was overjoyed. I was elated. I don't know how it happened, but I was like, okay, all right, just call me when you get to the new place and let me know that it's there, and we're good.
Oh yeah, I was gonna use this on him and see how much HP he has left.
And he was like, all right, I'll do it. And so he hangs up.
Okay, you're getting there.
He has 412 HP left.
He hangs up, and I start packing up my stuff and going into work, and I'm literally shaking from adrenaline.
Sure, absolutely.
I've been on an insane emotional roller coaster in the last like half hour.
Yeah.
Also, the first half hour of my day.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
You know,
Dang it.
pretty much straight from waking up, I went right into this shitstorm.
Yeah.
And then it's not over yet, boys.
Oh no.
I get
+1.
I get into work. Boys +1, correct. I get into work. I punch in. I start my shift, and I get another call from Terry.
Okay.
And so I have to like tell my coworkers to cover my ass for a second. I have to run off and take a phone call, which is totally unprofessional and not something I would normally do. And I like run off and I take this phone call and I say, "Hey man, what's up?" And he says, "All right, so I'm at the new house here, and this alleyway is really narrow. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna fit the container in the back driveway where you want it." And so I'm just like, I'm so done at this point.
Sure.
I'm just like thinking to myself, like, I'm just gonna tell this guy to just put it down however he can put it down.
Sure.
Yep.
And just call it good. And then he starts telling me like all these different options and how he can do it. And he's like, I could just drop it on the front lawn, but I gotta have you sign a form and you gotta be here for that. So if you wanna come meet me, and I'm like, shit, I'm just started a work shift. I can't leave. I can't do that. That's not gonna work. And he's like, all right. So I'll go back there in the alley and I'll call you again. And I'll let you know what we can do.
Okay.
And so I hang up, go back to work. Another like 5 minutes later, he calls me again. He's like, all right. So we're back here in the driveway, right? And okay, let me pause for a second and give everyone a visual of what my back driveway looks like.
That's him down the bottom.
So my back driveway is 2 cars wide, but only 1 car long.
Yep.
So instead of 2 cars in line in a driveway, it's 2 cars side by side.
And that's
Right?
deep as it goes, right?
That's as deep as it goes. And right at the back of the driveway is a 6-foot chain link fence. And there's an opening in the chain link fence, but it's not on the forward side. It's on the side, not facing the house. So this means that if the guy drops the container right in line with the door facing the fence, we're not going to be able to get anything out of it. Okay, so he's telling me that he doesn't want to do that because we're only going to have like 4 feet of clearance to get stuff out.
And those doors are pretty big. aren't they?
Right, and there's like couches and stuff in there, so
Yeah.
you're not gonna have enough room to get it out.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, so
Yes!
nice, good job, Kyle.
Kyle.
Good job, Kyle.
Thank you.
Thank you for getting us through that.
Worst boss in the game.
Yeah, that's true. We got the worst boss behind us.
Really? That's
The
so-
final boss, Smithy, is easier than that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's good news.
Between
definitely
what you
the
have at
hardest
your
boss.
disposal and what he can do. So Terry tells me, well, I can turn it diagonally so that the door is facing your gate, but then I run the risk of overlapping onto your neighbor's driveway, and if your neighbor doesn't like it touching his driveway, he can call it and we gotta come get it.
We got the 4th star piece again, by the way.
Oh, because we're stealing it back.
Yeah.
Right. We thought it was a little too easy. Now we know why. So I'm just like so stressed out at this point.
Key.
It's a key. The shed key.
Yeah, it's gonna.
We gonna fap in there? You boys been whacking it in my tool shed.
Beating, knocking down Yardy, eh?
Yarid.
Yeah.
Yaridovich. Huge axe flying. Oh man,
Yep.
it's coming up, Vaughn.
Huge axe flying.
It's coming up.
Yeah. Huge axe.
So what ends up happening to close out the
Johnny.
story
Yep, Johnny Jones.
is I basically tell Terry, I say, Terry, you've already made my year by doing what you've done for me today. And I just want you to know that I'm going to trust your best judgment. And you just put that container down in the most legal lovely way that you can possibly think of, and I'm gonna trust that that's the best way it could possibly be done.
Yeah, because at this point he's showed his competence and his thoughtfulness.
Yes, and he's also worried because
Look at this.
wow,
They did. So this is
nothing to worry about.
This is what we were talking about when you were supposed to like give it up right away. If you don't give it up right away, they torture him.
Oh, nice. And it affects our prize.
Yeah.
We still got a jar out of it.
Yeah.
So we could have gotten a box, I guess.
Yes.
I see. That's okay.
Let me pull up my map.
So another thing with this driveway that I didn't say is that there's not a driveway directly across the alley from my driveway, right? So he can't like back into that one and then line it up.
There is nothing in here.
The only other driveway in the alley.
Is it a garage across?
It's just a fence.
Oh, the other side's a fence.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there's nothing he can do. So he had to come at it from an angle because the nearest driveway on the other side of the alley was like diagonal. So
they're offset.
yeah.
Okay.
So I told him, I was like, dude, just put it there. We'll deal with the 4-foot window. I'll cut the fence if I have to. I'll deal with the landlord. He's a cool guy. And he's like, all right. And then I told him, just do whatever you think is best. And what he ended up doing was even better. He turned it diagonally and put it down, and the door was facing the gate. And then it's right on the line of the neighbor's driveway. Like
Wow.
the back corner of this thing was seriously touching the line.
I wish.
And then the other
would have seen that. Did you? We bought a Beetle box.
Okay.
And he said, "I need to see some ID, and all you have to do is jump." And then he says,
and he's like, oh.
"Everything's in order."
Mario shows up at the club.
Just jumps.
Hey man, I'm gonna need to see some ID. And like he already knows who it is, but he's trying to like be professional because he asks everyone else for the ID.
Yep.
Oh, we got the rivet stick.
And then he
now.
just jumps. Oh, is this where you can like buy back your old weapons?
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. That's a good feature.
It'll come in handy.
But yeah, the Terry put one corner of the thing right on the neighbor's driveway line, and the other back corner was right on the alley line.
So he like perfected.
So
this.
like he nailed it to give us the most clearance as possible to come out and into the gate, and it was fucking perfect.
So he knows what he's doing.
This guy, and the funny thing is the location that was causing all these problems for this company was in Brooklyn Center.
my
And
hometown.
yes, and he was
Really?
and he was
That's your hometown?
he was imported from the Brooklyn, New York
That's so amazing.
location to help out, and I just thought I found that super ironic. But yeah, that guy gets every commendation,
Terry is
an
is
award
the hero. Yeah.
This
possible.
yeah, this episode is dedicated to Terry.
This episode is dedicated to Terry. I know his last name, but I'm not going to say it for
Yes.
protection reasons.
We won't do that.
But
if you're listening,
the
Terry,
rivet stick
I
is
want-
better.
if you're
I
listening,
want-
you know who you are.
yeah, I want everyone listening to this to know that I cannot say anything good about this company.
and the Trooper
but-
is better too.
That in all of my reviews and follow-ups with this company to get my compensation, that driver will be getting the highest commendations possible. Like, I will not let them forget or not remember that this guy is the man.
Yeah, and it would have been too easy to just drive away,
Oh, it would have been so
like-
it would have been so easy.
just like giving up, like calling it a day. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
like
can't
he
do
could have
it.
just said like, oh well, you know, in the fine print it says that if there's something
Sure,
blocking, like
totally.
we don't even have to stop.
Yeah.
You know, especially if he knocked on the door and no one answered.
You guys
Like,
just
just
dipped out.
dip.
Yep, see ya.
But not Terry.
I think the parasol's better than the
Not
staff
this guy.
glove. Did we decide if we're gonna get rid of Mallow, right?
Yeah, we don't like Mallow.
We just needed Mallow for the
We just need him whenever we need electricity.
Yeah.
and that's pretty
yeah.
much it.
So I'm gonna equip.
So I'm intrigued because there was a detail in there I haven't heard before.
Okay.
Well, a lot of things I haven't heard.
Okay.
But so there was an article about
Yes,
published somewhere
this
that,
pod's location was in local news a few weeks ago.
That's impressive.
like
Because
was
of
it
what-
like the local Brooklyn Center paper or something?
No, like Fox 9.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Twin Cities News, because they did this to that couple traveling from Minneapolis to Portland, and then like 5 other couples. And when somebody sent me the link, I thought it was going to be about me
That would have been amazing.
because
Because of how
it
extraordinary it
said
is that it happened to you.
Minneapolis couple fighting Brooklyn Center
Oh,
pause
yeah,
location,
well, and
and I was
you're-
like, "That's me. That's me and my girlfriend." But it wasn't even about us.
Man.
And oh my god, dude. So I'm
and
just glad that it's going to be over soon.
So you're not. Are you gonna have? You're not gonna. Are they like compensating you for the poor service that you got?
Well,
like,
so far the only thing they've promised me is compensation for what the old landlord was asking for from us.
okay.
So initially what they said was, you know, if you prove to us how much they charged you,
This guy's gonna eat mushrooms I give him.
and that you paid it to them, we'll repay it back to you.
Okay.
So what they're promising is really nothing other than just we're gonna abscond you from that, and you're still gonna pay full price for your pod service.
Man.
But I'm gonna try and see if I can get more out of it than that, because God, it's just been a
Can I
nightmare.
buy a mushroom and then give him
And
one?
how? Because you were describing it before as like somehow trucks from another location can't pick up the pods from this location.
Trust me, I included that in my post customer survey.
Okay.
I lit that thing up.
Yeah.
Good thing they had a high character maximum.
Because like Austin asked, like, okay,
Yeah.
so your location can't pick this thing up. Can another location's truck?
Right. That was the
this up?
first thing I asked when I initially called to schedule it.
We can't. Oh, we could almost buy the coin trick. We want to say for the Scrooge ring, right?
That's pretty useful, yeah.
Okay. We still need 15 more frog coins.
But yeah, when the person initially was like, "Oh yeah, you want to move it on the 1st, but we're gonna move it on the 14th," and I was like, "Well,
LOL.
okay, I get that your location is struggling and that your schedule is bad. How do the schedules look at the other locations?" And she was just like, "Oh well, drivers from one location can't pick up containers that originate from another location."
Yeah, like
That's
what?
the dumbest fucking rule
Yeah, that's
that I can
insane.
think of.
How?
And the whole
I
reason,
did not mean
and
to
they're
go
like,
with
"Well, the
swords.
drivers can only drive a certain amount of time in a day."
That makes
You know,
sense.
which translates to they're not going to pay anyone overtime,
Yeah, correct.
even to help out customers who got fucked
Do I
over.
have to? How do I get to the? Oh, I guess
That-
I can't take it this way.
That's just a dumb rule.
And that they wouldn't even consider an exception.
because of their situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you would think.
You know,
It sounds like this had happened all at once to a whole bunch of different people, and they were just like, okay, well, we're just gonna
doing
fuck
something
all of
wrong.
them.
well, according to
Yeah.
the news article, two drivers at that location were fired. It didn't say why. And then that was the reason why the schedule got pushed so far behind.
Yeah.
Because they were short true drivers, and then the drivers can only drive a certain number of hours in the day without being paid overtime, and the company's not going to pay them overtime.
Yep.
So then that pushes the
Oh, I
schedule
got to
back
talk to the elder.
at an exponential rate
Yep.
for people who are already scheduled. So it just became stupid. And then you combine the fact that Memorial Day is like the most popular time in the year to move. Mm-hmm. So it's like busy moving season.
Sure.
And then they fired people. And it was just, oh my God.
So
It was awful.
Here's a crazy idea. Hire temps.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
You know,
Fix this problem.
obviously you need a lot of certifications to use that machine and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, are we gonna get to the casino?
But great guy.
Well, I think when we start, I think the casino is at Land's End.
Oh, is that where we're headed?
Yeah, we're headed to Land's End.
Oh, nice, dude. Should we cut it off here or?
Well, let's do this little savey save thing.
Yeah.
Got ourselves our 5th star.
Nice.
So 2 to go. Is that right?
Yes.
Cinco estrellas. Tenemos.
Tech boys.
Tech boys.
So, wait, can you do the tornado jump? There it is.
That's hot, dude. It's like a strand of DNA.
A
Whoa.
double helix.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, let's do it up.
All right. Next week on the show,
No more
pod
No
stories.
more pod stories.
Nope.
I got it all out. We'll be going to Land's End
Yeah, let's do this.
and
Land's End. Ooh.
check us out on Friday with more Majora.
Isn't that a?
That's a Game of Thrones place.
It is.
Yeah.
Also, it's the name of a clothing company. I
It
believe.
is. Yep.
A colon company
Col-
Yes.
yeah, they sell human
Colon.
colons.
and enemas.
Ooh,
Oh god.
God.
On that note,
Or is the plural just enema? We'll be back on Monday with more Sacred Stones.
check it up. Vaughn.
There'll be a
Vaughn
stream.
Day, Monday.
Monday. Stream at the end of the month on Twitch.
Majora's Mask on Friday.
Majora's
Yes,
Mask on
Majora's
Friday.
Mask on Friday.
I've been watching.
Okay, good.
That's good to hear. And Instagram, Snacklog, Twitter, hit us up.
Twitch.
Let us know what you're thinking. And
Subscribe.
We'll see you next time. Yeah, subscribe's good.
And yeah, peace out.
See you there.